Hey, future homeowners moving to Memphis, you want to know what you can get for $500,000. So it's a big deal for $500,000. Your property taxes can really make a budget busting difference. So we're gonna go through Shelby County, which is Memphis proper, and Fayette County and Tipton County, and also go south in Mississippi in DeSoto County. In some places, a $500,000 house could actually cost you $8,500 annually in taxes, where if you go just a few miles east, west, or south, you could actually only spend $2,200 annually in taxes. Let's get into where you need to live and where you can get the most for your money. Welcome back to Living in Memphis in the Mid-South. I'm Amy Clark, your go-to gal for everything real estate related in Memphis and the Mid-South. If you want to know everything that's going on in Memphis and the Mid-South, just hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications, share the video with somebody. We will get ready to embark on your next home owning journey. Contact me so we can make your dream a reality. What are property taxes? What do they do? And who comes up with the rates? Property taxes is your home's annual membership fee to live in that community. They fund schools and roads. They also provide all those services that make your neighborhood thrive. Here's a quick breakdown. Tennessee residents in properties in Tennessee assesses home value property rates at 25% of their market value. So if you have a $500,000 house in Tennessee, they are gonna tax you on 25% of that market value. So that's gonna be $125,000 annually that they are gonna charge you. That's your tax rate, $125,000. In Mississippi, they only charge you 10% of the market value. So for a $500,000 house, it's taxed at only $50,000. But here's a kicker, each city and state has their own property values. They assess their own county rates, their own city taxes. Their tax bill can vary widely from city to city within the same county. So we'll get into that. Let's go to Shelby County next. Shelby County is Memphis, Germantown, Cordova, Bartlett, Tennessee, and Collierville. So all of these cities within Shelby County, Memphis itself combines city and county taxes. So you're looking at $6.54 per $100 of assessed value. So for a $500,000 house, that's a tax bill of $8,200 annually. $6.58 for $125,000 that tax bill. So that's gonna come up to $8,200 annually in Memphis. But you get a little break if you move out to the suburb in Germantown. They're assessing their value at $5.22 per $100, equating to about $6,500 a year in annual taxes. Collierville's nearly the exact same tax rate. In Germantown, $5.22 per $100 taxed, and Collierville is $5.23 for $100 in assessed value. So $6,500, $40, $6,500, $35. So basically they're $5 off between the two cities, Collierville and Germantown. Look for my other Collierville, Germantown videos where I do Germantown versus Collierville, and you will get a better understanding of what each city has to offer. Now, in Shelby County, let's go over something exciting that's happening. Downtown Memphis, they are doing a $400 million project called One Beale. And this is a massive riverfront development featuring high-end apartments, a full-service Hyatt hotel, and vibrant spaces for restaurants and events. So it's a $400 million endeavor that the city is getting ready to redefine urban living in the heart of the city. That's exciting news for downtown Memphis. That's great. Well, let's move out to the east. So Memphis, Germantown, Collierville, one county over is Fayette County. So Fayette County has Piperton, Oakland, Somerville. Piperton has the lowest tax rate in the state. So Fayette County has a low tax rate, but Piperton is the lowest. And Piperton has a property tax rate of $1.75 per $100 of assessed value. So if you're looking for an annual tax rate of $2,200 on a $500,000 home. So that's pretty good. That's really good, actually. Oakland, a little higher, $1.92 per $100, translating to $2,400 a year in your annual property taxes. Somerville is almost the exact same. I mean, really, it's a $100 difference in Somerville to Oakland. So Piperton is close to Collierville in Shelby County, and Oakland is closer to Lakeland. So in both of these cities, you're gonna have an option for school choice. Fayette County is really country. It's been country for very many years. Their school systems just aren't up to par. So Collierville has an arrangement with Piperton to transfer kids to their schools, and Lakeland does the same thing with the Oakland kids. So there's always an option for another or a better school in lower taxes and school choice. So that's great. And I want to talk about Piperton again, because Piperton has communities like the Piperton Preserve and Madeline Farms. Those are your modern farmhouses. I just did a video on house styles in the Memphis area, and your modern farmhouses are out here in Piperton. New subdivisions popping up all over. So that's great. These developments are luxury and tranquility. So they're trying to make walkable neighborhoods like your golf cart communities in these more country area, you know, not the hustle and bustle of the city. So they're trying to make them walkable retreats. So you can get into your golf cart, leave your house, go to a walking trail in the subdivision, or go to a local grocery store, or, you know, just anything. They're trying to make them real family friendly. But I know for a fact the Piperton Preserve, they are retiring FedEx pilots that are actually moving out that way. So I've sold several houses to retiring FedEx pilots, and they love Madeline Farms and Piperton Preserve in Piperton. All right, we are gonna go north, Memphis, northwest a little bit towards Millington, between Bartlett and Millington. Outside of Millington is gonna be Tipton County, or as we like to say, T County around here. Tipton County is home to Mumford and Atoka, two of the big cities there, and they're building new developments out there like crazy. Atoka and Mumford, you're nearly the exact same property tax rate. So a little higher than Fayette County, a lot lower than Shelby County. Tipton County is right in the middle, coming in at $2.37 per $100 of assessed value. So you're gonna have on a annual tax bill, a $500,000 house, $2,900. And Mumford's basically identical to that. You're looking at $2,900 a year for your taxes in Tipton County. And Tipton County also offers great school districts, Mumford High School, and the median home price is between $300,000 and $400,000 out in Mumford. So they've got brand new houses, lots of new developments coming, and they are popping up these houses all over the place in Tipton County. So Tipton County is growing, and we're all excited for that. So let's move down to DeSoto County. So DeSoto County is across the state line. It's in Mississippi, and Mississippi does have a state income tax where Tennessee does not have a state income tax. So that's one thing to look at too, but the legislation is really trying over the next few years, and they are really working hard to eliminate the state income tax in Mississippi. Fantastic news for those of us that live in Mississippi. So DeSoto County has Olive Branch, Hernando, South Haven, Nesbit, and Mississippi, like I said, only does 10% of your home's assessed value. So as opposed to Tennessee, 25% of your assessed value. Now, Mississippi does calculate property taxes a little differently, and it's called a mill. A mill is just a fancy way of saying $1 of tax per every $1,000 of assessed value. So $500,000 house, assessed at 10% of the value. So that's $50,000. So you're gonna be taxed $1 per 1,000 of assessed value. So, for example, if a mill is 136.5 mills, that means you're paying $136 of every $1,000 in assessed value. So for your tax at 10%, $50,000, you are taxed at $136 for every 1,000. So your taxes are calculated just a little differently. It goes into schools and roads and developments for the neighborhoods and the services that lead to the neighborhoods. So how does that play out in DeSoto County? Olive Branch has the lowest tax rate in DeSoto County, 136.5 mils. On that $50,000 tax rate, you are gonna be spending $6,820 annually in property taxes. South Haven has the highest at 144 mils, about $7,200 annually. Mississippi also offers home buyers a homestead exemption. So the homestead exemption is a discount on your property taxes. Now you physically have to go to the courthouse in Hernando between January and March of the beginning of the year. On the previous year that you bought your house in 2024. So here we're gonna go to the courthouse in Hernando, go to the property tax people and give them your closing documents, and they're gonna go, okay, homestead exemption. You get basically $300 off of your property taxes. Not only do you have a lower tax rate in Mississippi than you do in Memphis, but you also have what's called the homestead exemption. Don't forget to file your homestead exemption if you bought a house in Mississippi. But if you're choosing between Olive Branch and South Haven, you know that $400 tax difference could make quite a bit of money. So that you could maybe go out to eat twice. But don't forget, DeSoto County is one of the fastest growing areas in Mississippi. New developments popping up everywhere. I did an Olive Branch video about Robinson Crossing and the preserve at Cedar Bluff, both of those. They're gorgeous new homes, modern designs. In Hernando, you're gonna have Magnolia Commons and Cedar Grove Estates. They're attracting buyers who are looking for spacious lots and great schools. Don't forget to check out my school video. I've done some school videos, rankings and private schools and public schools and how our schools rank in and around the Memphis and Mid-South area. So if you're looking for a suburban feel with fantastic schools and new developments and a little lower tax rates than Memphis, DeSoto County in Mississippi may be a good choice for you. So let's take a look at what we talked about today. We uncovered a lot of talk about taxes. I know taxes aren't so great. It's not very exciting all the time, but I wanted to let you know that buying a house in Memphis at $500,000 will cost you $8,200 a year annually in taxes. And Germantown and Collierville, about $6,500 a year annually in taxes. Piperton and Fayette County, you're gonna go $2,300 a year in that area in Piperton, Somerville, Oakland. And you also have your school choices. Remember, I told you that you can go to Lakeland in Shelby County, or you can go to Collierville schools. So you have choices there because Fayette County doesn't have a bustling school system. They're getting it because they're getting so many people moving to these suburbs. They're growing they're just growing crazy. And in DeSoto County, Mississippi, taxes are assessed at a much lower rate at 10% as opposed to 25% in Shelby County. And you're gonna have between $6,000 and $7,200 annually in taxes in Olive Branch and South Haven in DeSoto County. But growing suburbs and hustle bustle of South Haven and the school systems, Lewisburg school system was ranked in the top 3 of the whole state of Mississippi. So that is in Olive Branch. So that's a good one for there. But moving just a few counties away or a few miles north or south or east or west, I mean, could cost you or could save you thousands of dollars annually on your tax bill. So I just thought that would be a good idea to give you a hint on where taxes are high, where they're lower, and what you can get. And it could mean a world of difference for your budget. So there is a home for you here in the Memphis and Mid-South area. Just contact me if you're thinking about buying or selling. Let's chat. I'd love to help you find your next Memphis house or Mid-South house, Bluff City house, downtown, or out in Piperton. And before you go, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all my subscribers. Hit that bell for notifications and send this video to a friend if you know someone that is wanting to move to Memphis or is moving to Memphis and they need to know where the taxes are the highest and where they're the lowest. And remember, contact me so I can help you make your Memphis dream a reality. Thanks for watching.